Do this early and often, and it will help you so much in kids ministry. Hello everybody, Mr. Brown, Proclaim Ministries, help connect faith and life. Here's another do's and don'ts, or maybe just a tip for kids ministry leaders. One of the hardest things can be classroom management. Maybe you don't come from an educational background. Maybe you haven't worked with kids before, but you are in charge of maybe getting a whole group of kids disciplined or in order, or classroom management of classroom. Whether it's a small group or a big group, it can be difficult because you can have a small group of students, but one or two students don't want to listen to what you got to say. How do you manage this whole group? Or a large group? Man, I think it's so important. And I have experience in this. I've been doing it for a long time. And I've been sticking some of the same basic rules that I do all the time. They are, for the young kids, it is sit up. What I'm really saying about sit up, I'm saying I want you to pay attention. Second is zip up. We go, like we pretend we're doing a zipper and we put it in our pocket. The third rule is hand up. That's how we raise our hands. We do it like this to remind you, keep this closed. This is called on. And last one is listen up. I have them whisper, listen up. And you know what? I've been working with our kids ministry for several months now at our church, and sometimes I go over the rules every single week. I feel like, man, this is very redundant. I even feel sometimes, here we go again, right? But you know what's so important? Do it early and often because you want to set the boundaries. And every week you might get some new kids. And even this week I had a kid I can tell in the audience, because I look at my audience. I got a couple kids that looked like they were new faces or had been there a while, and they looked like they had plans to do what they wanted to do. They didn't have plans to listen to what was going on up here. They were doing their own thing. And I want to make sure I set the whole thing in place. And the beautiful thing is when the kids who already been there get involved with saying the rules, repeating them, it lets the other person know, whoa, everybody knows this. Maybe I need to get in line. And that's why I said do this early and often. Whatever your rules are, whatever your boundaries are, whatever the foundation for your classroom management is, do it early and often. Don't get tired of it because it's so important everybody's on the same page. Now do some fun stuff with it. One time I had kids come up one at a time and do the hand motion, explain the rules, give me their take on it, right? But everybody needs to know these rules, either new kids, the guests, everybody, so we're all on the same page. Expectations are there. So when I stop and tell you gotta do something, you know why. As a matter of fact, today I had a feeling some of these kids hadn't heard me do this before, and I said, listen, if you're talking when I'm talking, I will point you out, have you go sit there. Maybe the other teacher will ask you to go sit by somewhere else, go sit with someone else because you're not paying attention. So I want to make sure we're all on the same page because I need to do this early and often to make sure everybody's on the same page. We got the same expectations so we can have a much better classroom and the class experience. So think about that. Whatever your rules are, whatever you want to do, make sure you explain your rules early and often, and don't get tired of it because it will help you long term. Reminds me of this quote I heard from a guy named Rory Vaden who said this: short-term easy leads to long-term difficult, while short-term difficult leads to long-term easy. Did y'all catch that? I think that's really good. Short-term easy leads to long-term difficult, while short-term difficult leads to long-term easy. And it may be difficult sometime in the short run to keep repeating yourself over and over and over again about the rules and getting on kids and calling them out when they do it. That can be hard because you want to connect with kids, you want to be their friend. But I'm telling you, if you get them on the same page and they understand where you're coming from and they understand their expectations, you get those boundaries and they respect those boundaries, it's difficult in the short term, but it's gonna lead to long-term easy, long-term relationships, long-term, we can review it every once in a while, but you gotta stick to the short-term difficult of doing it early and often. So hope that tip helps you with classroom management. If you want more information like this, visit our website, proclaimministry.com/kids, or download our app at proclaimministry.com/app and check out all the videos we have for kids, for kid leaders, and for parents. And again, I hope this video and our whole ministry is beneficial for you to help you live for God by connecting faith and life. Peace.